The second best thing about Arizona's new motion to seal law is that you can seal an old arrest. Not only can you seal an old conviction or an old charge, but you can seal an old arrest. Hello, my name is Darren Woodfork, and I'm an attorney here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And at my firm, I specialize in sealing old cases and restoring Arizona citizens' gun rights here in Arizona. My firm also does personal injury work. We do car accident cases and other type of personal injury cases. But today I want to talk about the new motion to seal law and how it allows you to seal arrest. And I think it's the second best thing in the new motion to seal law. By the way, the first best thing is that you can, once you get your case sealed, you can go into a job and say you've never been convicted of a crime. That's explicit in the statute, and that's the best thing about this new law. But the second best thing is you can seal an old arrest. And the reason why I say that it's, the second best thing is that you would think in America, since you're innocent until proven guilty, you would obviously not have a record if you've only been arrested and not convicted. I remember, years ago when I went to law school in the late 90s, and the TV show Law and Order was on. Law and Order, the criminal justice show. And I remember it was realistic for sure as far as how it portrays the criminal justice system. But what it did, it had the first half hour, I think, of the cops investigating crime, and then the second half hour was the prosecutors prosecuting the cases in court. And it gave a good description of how the system works, in that the police, all they do is investigate stuff. The police don't charge, the police don't prosecute, the police don't do anything but the investigation. And so it's up to the prosecutors to look at what the police did and figure out if there's any crimes that were committed based on the police investigation. So a lot of times, you'll see a ticket from the police and it'll have like 5 counts of things that you did wrong. But then when you get charged, it's only like 2 things, because the prosecutors looked at it and they saw what they could prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And they say that they can only prove, 2 of these charges. And so that's why the difference between what police do and what the prosecutors do is important, because again, the police, they don't have any control over what you're charged with. All they can do is investigate the crime. And so, then again, if you play it all out, if the prosecutors look at what the police did as far as the investigation, and the prosecutors say there's no charges here and they drop the case, then you should not have an arrest record on the public records or whatever in the books. Again, because you're innocent until proven guilty, but you do. In Arizona, in the public database, there is a record of the arrest with no charges. And so that's why this new law is really good, so it allows you to seal that old arrest case. And one thing to know, and also if any lawyers are watching this, one thing to know is that if your client wants to seal an old arrest case, you have to file it as a civil filing, not a criminal filing. You have to file it as a civil filing, as a kind of like the in re of the defendant or the guy's name. And you file it in the civil courts with a civil cover sheet also. And then it gets routed to the criminal courts to seal it. But you start the filing to seal an arrest in the civil courts, which is kind of odd. And obviously, if you're filing to seal an old conviction or old charge, you file in the criminal courts. And the reason why is because when there's an arrest, there's no case number. There's no criminal case number. There's no case number in the criminal justice system. That's why you file it as a civil in re motion. And so that's just something to know as far as if you're trying to seal an arrest. But anyways, I think that's a fantastic part of the law, is that it allows you to seal an old arrest, not only sealed charges and convictions. So if you have an old case where you were arrested for many years ago and you want to get that sealed from the books, please get in touch with my law firm. You can reach me at 602-284-3035, or you can reach me by email at Darren W, that's DERRONW @MSN.com, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. If you have any questions, you can check out my website. It's woodforklaw.com. That's WOODFORK LAW.com. And I have a ton of information on my website about the new motion to seal law. And so that should be able to help you. But anyways, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel. Thanks.